What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. I've been MIA for almost 2 months now. So many different things came in the way, work, everything since I came back from SEMA I had to catch up. And then it got extremely cold here in California out of nowhere, something I've never seen before. It was like 35 degrees all this week, but we're back. Even though there's no heater in the garage, I'm back to filming. I'm gonna try and keep it as consistent as possible again. Even though I'm kind of running out of things to do. Got to start on the BRZ now, or the 86, whatever you want to call it. I call them both, it's random. But I got to start finding things to do for that. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is change out the seats because I kind of don't like the seats in there. And since we got the sponsorship with Braum, they're going to hook it up with some nice leather bucket seats, customized to however we want. So got to take advantage of that while we still got it. But like I said, it's freezing cold in this garage. I'm all layered up, got my sweatpants on, got my jacket on. I'm going to try and make this video as quick as possible. Today's video is about a completely different sponsor, one that I've had for almost a year now. I swear this package says, this package was delivered 12/24/21 and I'm just now filming it 12/27, I think today is 12/26. I kind of delayed it on them. I apologize to the sponsor, but the sponsor is Oneuplighting. I got an insane underglow clip from them, way better than the bootleg one that I had. That was only 2 parts and it didn't have a connection between each one, so you don't have the nice flow between the lights whenever you do the flow option. It was just kind of solid, and you can see the tiny little dots of each LED. This kit is much better. You've seen it on Instagram. This kit is way, way better than the one I had before. It's Oneuplighting, Underglow-X. It costs about 200 bucks, but with the discount code that they gave us, which I put right here on the screen, Visionary, you can get 10% off on your order for everything you order on their site. They also sent me an engine bay kit. I don't know if I'm gonna install that one. I'm gonna give it a try, see how it comes out. If I don't like it, I'm gonna just give it to my cousin for his Trackhawk. It'll look way better on a Trackhawk. I'm gonna go ahead and plug it up right now to my little 12-volt battery for my Ryobi drill. See if everything works fine before I get down and install it under the car. We're gonna try and make this as quick as possible because I don't know if you can see in the video, but you can literally see my breath right now because of how cold it is in the garage. So gonna try and wrap this up, make it as quick as possible, get this done quickly and show you guys what it looks like. All right, everyone, so I got it all laid out, got it ready to go. Here's the major difference between this kit and the this is the Oneuplighting and the Low Glow kit. If you guys have ever seen FRS Patty, he has Low Glow. They're the same exact thing, but the major key difference, if you order a kit and you're looking for those smooth, uniform lights that flow through together, if it doesn't have this connection between each and every single one, return it. That will not get you the result that you're looking for. That's what my old kit had. It was just one light and the wires never had a connection. They just went all the way through. Even though it was a 6-piece kit, it didn't do the same uniform, nice, smooth lights flowing through nicely. So if it has this connection, you're good. You got what you're looking for. If it doesn't, send it back, get a different kit. So here's my little quick test kit for any electrical work that I do when I do the starlights, everything else. You just get some soldering wire or any conductive metal, attach it to a battery. If you have these little alligator clips, you can clip it to an alligator clip, just screw it in right there, and then you just kind of bite it down right there. Take the other one. Once you clip it, it should turn on. I have one that's a little loose just because I'm using tape. If you have someone helping you, it's a lot easier, but that's loose right there, so I have to hold it in. There you go. It works. Looks beautiful. Way better than the last kit I had. Then you just scan this QR code on the back of the controller, install the app, and you can control however you want, but this first setting that it's already pre-installed onto is pretty nice. I love how it looks already. I can already tell right away that this kit is gonna look way cooler than the last one on the RCF. I already know I'm gonna order another one for the 86. I kinda wanna throw it under right now, just slide it under there, see how it's gonna come out, but let's not jump the gun. I'll show you, I'll put a little preview in the beginning of the video. You guys by this time would have already seen it, but let's get to the install real quick, show you guys how I like to mount mine, and where to hide the wiring. You know, before I install it, I am gonna give you guys a little preview. I'm gonna cut the lights off real quick. It uses the exact same app as my last one did. It's just called LED lamps. Just scan the QR code like I said, it'll take you straight to the app. And as soon as you're on there, because I know a lot of people that have issues with it, as soon as you're on there, you hit the green, or the little 3 blue lines right here, and it'll tell you one device. You can't really see it because it's not focusing, but it says one device available. You just tap on that, it'll connect. If it doesn't, you just keep tapping it. Right now I have it set on forward dreaming, and this is what it looks like. So as you can see, the lights flow a lot smoother, and you can change the speed, how fast you want it to go, how slow. You can even make it go to music. I don't know if this one has it, the last one did, but since the controller is outside the car, it doesn't really work that well. So you got a bunch of different settings, like this one's forward dreaming. I can put it forward 7 colors. I could put it on backwards 6 colors, so it starts from the back. There's a lot of different crazy options that you can pick from. Everybody has their own preference. There's over 100 options to pick from that you could just keep scrolling through. All different color combinations because you can't really mix the colors yourself. I've tried to figure it out, don't know how, but you could do all kinds of crazy stuff with the lights. They look incredible. Check the website out, Oneuplighting. Use the code Visionary to get your 10% discount. Now that you've seen how incredible the kit looks, let's get to the install and I'll make it as quick, simple, and easy as possible. That's as high as I can go right now till the compressor charges up. It was only at 130 right now. I'm gonna get it all the way up to like 150, 160, just so I don't have to jack it up. I might still have to jack it up to get it perfect. I recommend not cheating the system, especially if you don't have bags. I recommend not trying to cheat the system and take your time doing this. Get some floor ramps if you don't have a jack or anything. Even if you're just trying to avoid using a jack, you just get floor ramps. It'll make it a lot easier. I've tried doing a GTR one time without using anything, even a jack, and we had the worst time of our life and we didn't even install it right. They started falling off. So use some floor ramps, use a jack, use whatever you can, get it up off the ground. So first things first, I like to start with planning the wiring, where it's gonna go. It's kind of easier for me. Man, this is dirty, I need to clean it up. But like I said, it's kind of easy for me because I already have my old kit is still here, even though I already tossed the wiring away. The complicated part for me is the fact that I wired it to an auxiliary port inside the car, so I'm gonna have to redo the wiring on that and get it down under there. But for this, I just ran the wiring right here next to my suspension, mounted it right there, and like I said, my old kit only had the one connection right here. It had no more connections after that, and that's why it didn't flow as good as these ones. So that wasn't supposed to happen. But there you go. I'm just gonna yank this one out, pull out all the old wiring, and set up the new one. I'm not gonna pull out the wiring right now until I start doing the new wiring, but I'm just gonna push this one off to the side right now and mount the new one right there. All right, so I got the hard part done, which is finding a way to feed the wires from here down under into the front lip area. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you guys with the lighting. So my last kit wasn't mounted onto my front lip, which isn't what I'm gonna do to this one. I don't mind drilling into my front lip back here because it doesn't show. My lip is very minimal. My last one was drilled all the way back here onto this plastic undercarriage, and it had it facing this way, and it was only one piece. So with this one being 2 pieces, which is why this kit is much better, it's gonna wrap all the way around, stop right here for the first piece, and then the second piece will start right here and wrap all the way around. That one was only a 4-piece kit, which is why the lights were terrible. So I got it all fed through. That was the hard part, that's all done. The next hard part is only the wiring. Everything else should be easy. We're just gonna start taping and screwing with the little mounts that it comes with. You don't have to use zip ties unless you want to. There's not really a lot of spots under the car to zip tie to. So drilling into any plastic part that you can find is your best option. I'm gonna have the 2 pieces starting from the middle, going outwards, and then they just connect 1 piece at a time. And a lot of people have issues getting the wires around the wheel well. I like to go around it and down the middle and then come back. This kit has a lot of extra wiring, so I shouldn't have any problems with that. So one flaw that I found so far with this kit is the mounts that come with it are kind of rubber. Usually they're just a hard plastic, but this is the first time I've ever seen them rubber like this. So they're not really working that good when you try drilling into them, and especially since I was drilling into my front lip, I had to put a lot of pressure and they didn't really last up. But I just used the double-sided tape on it, and it's been sticking pretty good so far. On the corner where the wire is at the end, it was kind of hanging off a little bit just because there wasn't a lot of double-sided tape over there. So I just put a little bit of super glue there because I know I'm never going to move it around. If I do, I'm going to be taking off the whole front lip because it's taped to the front lip. So I put super glue on the edges. The rest, the double-sided tape was holding up pretty well. So now I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of them all on and then connect the wiring. All right guys, so maybe about an hour later, I finally got it all wired up. The other hard part for me, just on this car specifically, is the rear undercarriage right here. It's kind of weird with a dual exhaust. I don't know about any other car, you might have some trouble. So I'm not able to wire it to right here so it flows along the edge. I kind of have to do all of them in the middle. I'll do my best to show you guys right now. So this is how I have to wire it for the undercarriage over here. Just kind of around the plastic undercarriage cover and straight down, kind of makes a heart shape. but I'm not able to go this direction because of the exhaust. Can't go above it. There's no other way around it. I've tried taking off the entire diffuser. There is really no other way around it other than just making this little heart-shaped pattern for me. So that's what I gotta do in the rear. But fixed everything else on that side, tightened up all the wires so there's nothing hanging down except all the way down there in the front. You can see I still got the wires for the engine still lowered down. I haven't pulled them up and tightened up all the excess. I'm about to get the wiring done and then pull this out and show you guys what it finally looks like. So all that's left is for me to finish up all the wiring right here in the engine, get it all tightened up and get some caps on them. And that's pretty much it. After that, I pull it outside, show you guys what it looks like, and show you the final product on the streets at night. So the connectors that I ordered aren't arriving until tomorrow, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that clip right after this. But so for now, I'm just taping them up and leaving them right there so it's easy access. I'll come back tomorrow, film that clip and insert it in this video with the new connectors to show you guys what I'm talking about. All right guys, so I got the connectors. I can't turn my lights on because if I do, it'll blow the breaker because I got a heater going on right now for my puppies that my husky just had. She had 3 puppies over there. It's kind of a mess right now. Oh, now she's getting up. Yeah, so with the heater that I got, keeping them warm, if I turn on any lights or anything for too long, more than 5 minutes, it'll blow the breakers. So instead, I'm just gonna use a couple flashlights and show you guys what I'm talking about for these new connectors that I just got off Amazon. I'm super excited to use them. They seem really cool and seem like they're gonna simplify so much. All right, boys, so here's what I used to use was just these little shrink wraps, all different sizes, and I would twist the wires together myself and then just heat shrink them to the best of my ability so they don't come loose. Sometimes this doesn't work if you don't twist it together tight enough. They will still come loose with too much force. So then I picked up these solder seal wire connectors. You crimp them at the end and then heat it, and it melts this little solder metal in there and solders it together for you. So you don't even have to learn how to solder anything. It basically does everything for you. So those are pretty sick. I'm excited to use those. I'm gonna try that out on this. And then I also picked these up after seeing the TikTok for other stuff that other installs that I got to do to make a factory style connection. It seems super simple to use. You just got to use these little metal connectors right here to put them into the slot, and you just pick the right size connector you need, and you'll have a factory style connection to your battery for any auxiliary things that you're adding into your car. I know the lighting's not ideal in here, but you guys saw what I'm talking about. I'm not going to use the factory style connectors, but I am excited to use those for future projects. They seem super sick and seem like they'll make the engine bay look really clean. Right now I'm going to use the soldering ones because they're the easiest and simplest ones to use for this small project. Just going to crimp them on the edge and then heat it up with a heat gun to melt the solder. But you still do need to make sure that you tighten the wires together before you do all that so they don't come loose. All right guys, so I got the wire solder connectors set up where they should be. You want to get the copper as close to the middle soldering point as possible, and just get your actual wires rubber part that doesn't have the copper exposed close to these red tips so it can hold on to that and seal it. If you want to use shrink wrap, I only have this big piece and I don't want to waste it on these small wires because it won't work as well. You can put shrink wrap on before you do all this, so then you can just pull it back up, shrink wrap it, and it'll seal it even extra, but I won't be doing that in this one. So now that we got it all lined up, all I gotta do now is hit it with the heat gun back and forth. You don't want to stay in one spot, and that's it. It'll melt the soldering and it'll melt these little red parts together and connect it all, and then we can test it and pull it and see if it worked. I couldn't get my heat gun close enough, but it does look like we got a secure enough connection. It did melt through and secure it. So we're all good. I would recommend using a second layer of heat shrink just to secure it and to secure these closer together if you wanted to. I'm gonna go ahead and just use my electrical tape and call it a day. But now that I got it done, let me pull the car out and show you guys how amazing the Underglow from Oneuplighting looks compared to all the other ones out there on the market. All right, so let me turn off my garage lights because it's kind of too bright and interfering with that. But you can already see how amazing and how bright they are. This is at 100% brightness. I just have it on solid blue right now. It's just on solid blue right now, but like I said, I went through the whole entire app and you have about 200 different options to pick from. The back isn't as bright as the fronts, just because, like I showed you guys, it's all centered into the middle, but it still looks incredible. The video doesn't do it justice. It kind of comes out a little bit farther. It's just not as bright as the middle. So here's the app, guys, with all the different combinations. There's over 210 different options, I think. So this one's forward, run, blue on green, which means you just have a solid blue background or solid green background with the blue running around. There's a bunch of different options. Backward run, violet. So it's just going backwards towards the front. It's supposed to start from there and go this way if you do forward. We got open curtain yellow. And most of all, here's your standard automatic loop that everybody does. It just goes through all the colors and does all kinds of different combinations. You don't really control it, it'll just do it all for you. There is also a way to do custom colors if you want. I haven't messed with it that much, so I don't know how to do that, but I do know you can do it. Just look at the automatic loop alone. This thing looks amazing. I love this kit. You guys need to check it out. Use the code Visionary to get your 10% off and get this kit. They have everything: interior lighting, exterior lighting, engine bay lighting, whatever you need. That was incredible, guys. With that, we are done. The video is complete. Like I said, nice, quick, simple, and easy. But make sure to check out Oneuplighting. They have amazing light kits for you guys to pick from. And don't forget to use the code Visionary to get your guys a discount. I love to see what you guys do with your guys' cars, so tag me in any videos that you guys post on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you next time.